What's going on, everybody? This is Nate Game. If you've been a fan of Stranger Things up until this point, Season 4 should not have disappointed. If you haven't gotten to see Season 4 Part 1, you might want to click off because there will be some spoilers in this.
Alert.
And I'm going to get a little in-depth on what I think is going to happen in Part 2 as well. But before we dig into all the goodies and all the tidbits, make sure you give us a like and a subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you can catch any videos that might be upcoming. Stranger Things Season 4 Episode 1 started us off with more plot lines than the entire MCU combined. It really did. It had a little bit of everything in there. I personally didn't know how the Duffer Brothers were going to pull off another nicely tied up present for all of us. Yet, by the end of Episode 7, they've done it again and have led us to a point for what will happen in those 2 episodes in the beginning of July. I know I'm not going to want to miss them. You guys aren't going to want to miss them. A lot of content still to come because those are a couple of long episodes. So let's start digging in. So everything starts off where we get the flashbacks of everything that's going on with 11. And if you've watched the other seasons of Stranger Things, they didn't really give you that full feeling that the entire series of Stranger Things was about 11 until you watch through Season 4. And that really got entrenched in this season. Episode 1 takes you from Dr. Brenner again. Everyone thought he was gone. Here he comes back. Get a lot of that through this season. Characters that have died off. You don't know if they're dead. You don't know if they're alive. Are they bringing this person back? Is that person really dead? Is he coming back? Is that guy coming back? No way, that guy's not coming back. That was a flashback. Lo and behold, later he is back, and we walk through a massacre that happens. It's a real big setup for us to kind of bookend Episode 1 and Episode 7 and squash it all together and still leave us with a I didn't see that coming moment. But yes, Episode 1 back in the lab. Massacre happening. It was 11's fault. Right? That's what they wanted you to believe. That's what I believed at first. Then they move you out to California. Beautiful, sunny California. 11's out there with Joyce, Will, and with good old High Times Jonathan and his friend Argyle. Back in Hawkins, you got the same style of stuff with the Dungeons and Dragons, clubs, not really fitting in. You even get your Teen Wolf style basketball championship in the middle of this. The other big portion of Episode 1 moving into Episode 2 was the combination of Jason's girlfriend, Chrissy, and Eddie the Outcast Munson, king of the Hellfire Club. Had a really weird connection out in the woods during a drug deal. Chrissy ends up back at the trailer and is murdered gruesomely in front of Eddie.
Munsons have all the bad luck, don't they?
Freaks him out. He's gone.
You just got Munsoned.
Max sees Eddie leave. Jason thinks that it's Eddie's fault because it was at Eddie's place. Hopper coming in Episode 2. He's still alive in Russia. He wasn't dead. He didn't get blown up in that explosion. He's still around. Now Joyce finds out that he's still alive, so she's got to go back and get him. Of course, she's going to bring in Murray. You have Mike going out to visit 11. 11 dicing it up with other kids that want to bully her. So what does she do? She uses a skate like Happy Gilmore, slaps her right in the face with it, breaks her nose. That girl deserved it. Let's be honest. Let's all be real, right? Oh my gosh, Amanda got hurt. No, she deserved it. Anti-bullying. And we get some insight on Victor Creel, the backstory of his family, how he supposedly murdered his wife and his daughter and put his son in a coma, and son wakes up to who else but Dr. Brenner. At that point, I didn't put that connection together, and I don't know if you did either. 11, they pick her up. She thinks she's just going to be in trouble for the situation at the roller rink. They bring her in, and Owens talks to her and convinces her to come with him. They had one of the best scenes in any of the episodes happen in this season with Max facing off with Vecna. You have Vecna looking like a slimy dark version of the Grinch. Kate Bush getting her moment in the sun. She's been waiting for 35 years for it. 87, it was a huge hit. 2022, a bigger hit. 90 million downloads on Spotify. 175 million views on YouTube. She's made it big again, and Kate Bush could not be happier. Kate Bush is back, everybody. Running up that hill. She's been running for a long time, and she finally made it in this season. That was probably one of the best moments in any of the episodes. It was heart pounding. It was everything that you could want. It led right in to the biggest mind bending things that we would ever see in the series so far. When we find out Victor Creel's son, who you thought was the one that they were trying to protect by bringing him to Hawkins, he had these powers that he had progressed and gotten better with killing animals, and he got fed up with his family. He was the one that killed his mom, killed his sister, set up his dad. He was the monster. He gets picked up by Dr. Brenner, and this is the beginning of all of the testing tying him as number one, the other Spectrum 11, all of those memories, the whole backstory of what happened, him in the system as number one, too overpowering. The chip that was in his neck that was subduing him gets released by 11. Here we go. He was the one that massacred everyone else out of anger. He would have killed Brenner as well, but 11 stops him. He wants her to join him in this where they take everything over. She doesn't want to agree to it. The battle ensues and she dissipates him just like a Demogorgon in season 1, pushing him through space and time and opening season 1's original gate. He turns into Vecna after being number one, and here's where my predictions come in. In the trailers that I've seen, it looks like the kids going from Salt Lake City make it out to the desert. A huge battle ensues. Get 11, crush the army out there. They go back to Hawkins because she now knows that there's a problem in Hawkins. We're still going to have to try to figure out how Hopper, Joyce, Murray, and Antonov all try to get out of that prison. Still waiting for Antonov to say, Demogorgon has no name. Obviously, Hopper knows that something's going on with Demogorgons out there. I don't know if they get all the way back to Hawkins right away, or if that's a big setup for season 5. And then you have all the stuff happening in Hawkins with trying to figure out what's really going on with this Vecna guy. Eddie with his music. You see someone that looks like potentially Dustin on top of the trailer with Eddie. Nancy and Steve have full-on military-style garb with shotguns. But 11 definitely will make it back to Hawkins, help the kids fight Vecna, hoping to subdue him once and for all. We still haven't fully figured out if the Mind Flayer is dead yet, but I have this gut feeling that actually Vecna is going to win this battle leading into season 5. There was the foreshadowing from the game earlier in the season where 11 didn't beat Vecna, almost like an Empire Strikes Back feel, leading into season 5 where they have to actually figure out how to beat Vecna. And I think the Mind Flayer is still around. Let me know in the comments what you think is going to happen. Yeah, I think Vecna is going to win this battle. Looks like it's all set up, and I'm excited for it. First part of July, we're going to get those last 2 episodes. Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you can see all future videos of mine. Really appreciate you watching, and don't forget to crash the party.